What's going on, y'all? Make sure my glasses right. Welcome to a special edition of the BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. And hey, welcome to Dallas, Texas. Yes, I finally made it. This is first time I'm actually doing BTSI from no longer in Houston. I'm just out for a day or two. But we decided to travel. We decided to go mobile. We are in Dallas, Texas. I'm a little bit disappointed because Dallas is a little brother of Houston. Initially, you guys remember last year we were supposed to do BTSI from Detroit, but of course things came up in my personal life. I couldn't leave my family behind. I had to cancel that situation, and I said I'll go to the next available trip. They did Detroit, they did Miami. I'm not spending New Year's in Miami, and this is the next best thing possible. Could have been San Antonio, could have been Austin, but Dallas. It's all good. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. We had to move some things around. We'll get into that during the last call. But I want to say thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. But do me a favor. On your way in and out, if you haven't, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on all my social media accounts. Links are located in the description. Also, so is my Cash App, $ the BTSI Show. You'd like to make a donation. Participants waive all their rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, I will give one lucky person $100. All right, give away $50 during the Cash App giveaway. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will give away $100. And for my wrestling fans, I will then start reacting to AEW pay-per-view. And that reminds me of another announcement I need to make later on in the show. Visit BTSI Show website for any further updates. All right. Now, with the housekeeping out the way, let's get into some quick hits, shall we? Usher versus Chris Brown. See what I did there? Yeah. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Brisa, whatever his party was. Chris Brown decided to hold a party. I guess it was a double party. Usher's, whatchamacallit, and Chris Brown's party. Everything started out good. Couple of the bubblies got into Chris's system. A little bit intoxicated, a little bit out there. So out there that he started approaching, according to multiple reports, that he approached Tiana Taylor a little bit aggressively, whatever the case might be. Hey, Iman Shumper, are you guys still married? Where was you at, my brother? You was probably busy doing your own thing. And not to say that he don't touch his right, because if you know Tiana Taylor, you know that she could defend herself. She is from Harlem. But she approached aggressively. Usher and a couple of people saw that and kind of like de-escalate the situation. Chris Brown, being drunk, intoxicated, called them cowards, called him a coward, whatever the case may be. Usher followed him outside, whatever the case may be, and that's when allegedly, operative word is alleged, Chris Brown and his entourage put the beats on Usher, beat him so bad that he had a bloody nose. I'm in Dallas. I'm about to go meet up with some people. We're gonna have fun, eat, drinks. They'll be drinking. I'm gonna be sober because I'm the designated driver. Y'all gotta learn it. I know it's your party. I know it's your birthday. I know you want to live a little and do whatever, but y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta control y'all alcohol consumption. If you know your limits, don't exceed that boundary. There's no excuse for Chris Brown being 34 years old to find himself in that situation. Not only in that situation, somebody that I would imagine he looked up to. And to only have your team do what they did to him was furthermore egregious. So it's kind of sad to wake up to hear that story. Although I said to myself, I would really like to wake up and not hear anything about Ebony K. Well, which we are going to talk about today. But that story, did not want to see at all. Not even a little bit. So, which leads to the next question is, Who is Usher going to face in the verses? It's definitely not Chris Brown. Or if it is Chris Brown, it ain't going to be the type of verses talking about. It's going to be one-on-one. Really one-on-one. Imano. Now, the question is who you got your money on. Still got my money on Chris Brown. No offense, Usher. Although Usher did play, whatchamacallit, in that boxing movie. That was just a movie. I'm still riding with Chris Brown. That's a different type of athlete. But so who will Usher? And the crazy thing is this: when it comes to this versus list, Usher's list is really getting shorter and shorter and shorter. You could have said R. Kelly, for obvious reasons. That's not going to happen. Chris Brown is definitely not going to happen now. So who is Usher's competitor? Ugh. I gotta think about that one. That was a real good question. Who would we see Usher in a versus battle? Because even back then, he didn't really have no competition. To be frank about that. Ooh, I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't. Don't know what to say. I hate. I'm sad. It's sad that it happened the way it happened. Um, could it be some? Can it be reconciled? Yeah, sure. They're adults at the end of the day. But if what I'm reading, if everything he says is true, it's going to be a while before they piece that up. It's going to be a long while. You know what I mean? A long while. So, uh, first to all parties involved, hate to see that happen, but let's hope they get that together. And that was quick hits. Now, as some of you guys know, I normally have 3 topics for quick hits, but since we are in the city of Dallas, we're going to keep it short. So what I will do, just to be fair, is I will do this live stream with you guys, and we'll be back later on tonight after everything is done and situated, all the festivities is done. But that was quick hits. Let's get into the main show. Let's talk about Ebony Goofy K. Williams. Now, here's the reason why I'm talking about this right now on YouTube. We did a room. What day was that? Thursday. We did a room on Clubhouse Thursday. That, ladies and gentlemen, that had to be the best room ever that I ever held in BTSI. I do want to thank everybody that partaking, holding that room down. Trini held that room down. Content King held that room down, which I got an announcement regarding Content King later on. Sword actually came in the clutch and held that room down because, ladies and gentlemen, I started that room at 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. That room ended probably at 5 something in the morning. People were coming in. People was giving their takes. A lot of interesting characters. Now, the only reason why it's hard, you guys are not going to fight it because Clubhouse doesn't save any replays after 12 hours. And I didn't know. I get the keys to the Jeep to Sword in them. Contact pop back in and out when you can. I went to sleep. But it's all good. I ain't tripping. Because I took a lot of notes regarding this interview. So that's why we're doing it here on YouTube. And anybody who wants to come up and give their thoughts on it, they're more than welcome to. Be quick, be brief. We will not spend too much time on that because we're going to get in and we're going to get out when I'm ready. So here's what's going on with Ebony K. Williams situation. Now, as we all know, last week she did an interview with Iyanla Vanzant. I said the name right the first time. Yes. Iyanla Vanzant. Fucked it up right there. Now, with her interview on the Griot, they talked about a lot of conversation, and of course, it led to the infamous clip about Ebony asking Iyanla for advice about getting married in the market because of what the available options that she has. And Ayala asked, would you date a bus driver? Salute to my guy, Nades. OG. Thank you, sir, for pulling up. I appreciate you. Ayala asked her, will you date a bus driver? She said, if he owned the bus. And Ayala's like, no, you got the game twisted. That's not how this works. And that's why you're seeing the results that you are seeing. Now, when I saw that clip initially, I just shrugged my shoulders like, yep, that makes sense. That's about as typical as it gets. No surprise here. So when I guess a few days passed and she put out the that garbage of a double down to justify her foolishness, because men were attacking her, she felt she went on the defense and decided to double down her talking points and try to paint a broad brush of, I only said that just to promote ownership, entrepreneurship, more streams of income, that type of bullshit. And I'm looking at her like, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but you're not fooling me. So I felt my intelligence being insulted. The worst thing you can do to me is insult my intelligence. Some of y'all know if I really want to go in on people, I can go in. So, you know what I said? I will not be a victim of clips. So, let me go watch the full interview. So I went to go watch the Ayala interview. It was a good interview. Dare I say, I didn't have a problem with Ebony K, how she handled the interview, how she conducted, that type of stuff. I had zero problem with it because it sounded like a student talking to a teacher. Teacher, I need wisdom. Please bless me with some wisdom so I can succeed in the real world. That's how I took it. But I did take some notes that should be worth mentioning. Ebony is protector provider. Do you know why she's protector and provider? And she has a skewed idea of why men cannot protect and provide. Here's the first thing: her father wasn't there, absent. Her father was absent from the situation. What does that mean? She was never protected, and she never got provision as a child. Father wasn't there. But later on, she mentioned her grandfather was taught her something. So you can say that disqualified her whole talking point regarding men. But hold on, that's fair. But let's keep going. Now she brought up some stats. Now I'm above using stats now. I hardly use them, but she brought it in. I said, cool. She said this. And for the record, the question is, did I fact check her stats? I don't need to, I didn't need to. I didn't feel the need to do it right there. I'm just going to take her word for not to be a liar. Because if she was lying, I would have heard that by now. So let's use her stats. When it comes to single motherhood, the U.S. Census, 23% of households in the U.S. are single parent households. And for the record, during this first interview, it was never specifically talking about Black people. She was talking about everybody. All ethnicities was on the table. So that's important context. 23% of households in the U.S. are single parents households. Okay, I can see that. I can understand that. Now, of those 23%, according to the U.S. Census as well, 80% of these single parent households are led by women. Okay, I get that. I understand. There's more women in the country. I get it. I understand. Makes perfect sense. Now, with all of that, Ayala responded to her regarding like the lack of male figures in the home and how that is pushed on to the children. She said, Ayana responded to everybody by saying this, not paraphrasing, of course. the mother's demonstration of frustration can wear on the children. Meaning, when you get in that house, you're a single mother, you get into the house, apartment, whatever the case may be, you're tired, you're frustrated, you are angry at the world, you're angry at the person you lay next to and got a baby with. The children see all of that and they intake that energy and they repeat the cycle. 90% of the children's learning experience is what they see. Trust me, I know that I've been knew that before I had my son. I definitely know it now. Everything I do, my son does it. 90%. So it's not that he doesn't listen to me. It's just that he's watching me carefully. So 90% of your actions, parents, the children will see it. So they see you mad, they're gonna imitate that. They see you upset, they see you frustrated, and the whole 9 yards. The kids will intake that, harness it, and they will put that back out in the world. So there's plethora of reasons of how women got into the situation that they are in right now, pretending single mothers. We don't have to open that door yet. We might not have to open that door during the stream. But regardless of how you got in the situation, you are there and you have children. Be careful of the energy you put out there. So let's keep moving. Now, that was regarding single mothers. Now let's get to women. She brought up some more information. Women are the fastest degree earners, faster entrepreneurs. And according to her, Pew Research, a good source, by the way. Pew Research says men, out of the 22, there's 22 large cities in the U.S., and of those 22 large cities, women are out earning the men. She brought that information in there to back up her take that men are not protectors, they're not providers, and they're not leaders. So let's touch on that real quick. Faster degree earners. Okay, that's fine. You earn a degree. Congratulations. I appreciate that. What did you earn a degree in? See, now this is where people tend to get their feelings hurt. If it's not STEM, did you really earn your degree? Oh, my baby watching me. Hey, she looked at my baby giving that side eye. She was like, "I'm watching you. I'm listening to you." Fast when it comes to fast degrees, let me get back on track. STEM. Do you have a degree regarding some type of science, technology, engineer, mathematics, and also paralegals, some lawyers, or whatever the word is, whatever the word you want to use there? If it's not those, what did you really get a degree in? Now, some of y'all gonna say, okay, then what's your wife degree? She has an associate, she has a bachelor, she has a master's. Watch your fucking mouth. Let's talk about my baby. If so, there's a place in Dallas, we can meet up. So that's what I'm saying. What did you really get a degree in? I mean, anybody, like, I remember this, I didn't know this was a degree. Music contract? There's a degree in music contract? Seriously. Now, if you want to say, if that was in the paralegal side, okay, I get it. I understand. That somewhat makes sense. I think you could have chose something a little bit much better than music contract, but okay, I get it. And for the record, when it comes to music contracts, it wouldn't hurt to have an ally. So I get it. But compared to these other degrees, what did you really get? So you can have a degree earner because this goes back to when a certain group of women say we're the most educated. No, you're the most enrolled. You're enrolled, and what is your degrees? And so, not only that, you stop at bachelor's degrees. That is pretty much worthless. You have to get your master's. And because of how the economy is moving, and it seems like the country is running out of money, dare I say, you might need to go get a doctorate. She's gonna go get her doctorate in about 3 or 4 months from now. So yes, ladies, congratulations, fastest degree earner. But let me hurt your feelings real quick, ladies and gentlemen. As many as you guys know, I'm not a 6-figure earner. Why do I say that? Let me take off my shirt so you guys can feel me where I'm coming from. I make more money than people with a bachelor's degree. And the sad part is, I'm starting to realize I make more money than people with certain master's degrees. So what did you really get a degree in? Let's move on to the next one. Entrepreneurs. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want to take a chance to go do something else. I want to carve out my own lane. No problem with that at all. But I need you to be wary. I want you to look around because people get inspirations. I want you to look around at you. What inspires you to want to start a business? What business did you see? You're like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I can do that. Go find that business. And realize every successful business in that field, there is probably tens, hundreds of thousands failed businesses, maybe even millions. I'm for real. You want to sell? Shirts? It's real easy. Get your LLC or escort. File. Get the fees in the state. What else? Go get a bond. Although for the most part, you really don't need a bond for that unless you plan on getting a warehouse, getting employees, and you got to make sure everybody's protected. Then you want to get a bond. And once you get all these extra stuff, all these little fees, you got the money. That part's gonna pile up. You making shirts, make some products, and guess what? Don't forget marketing. That costs a lot of money. You market to these people only to make $24,000 to $28,000 a year. I mean, you got to start somewhere, and you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. But statistically, most of these businesses fail within the first 5 years, like over half of them. And the number grows as the years go by. It's easy to start a business. It's hard to have a successful one. That's when the challenge begins. Filing all these paperwork, getting all this stuff is easy. Having a think board, ideas to do, things to get done, that shit is easy, ladies and gentlemen. How about actually seeing ROIs, calculating all the expenses, and realizing how much you need to charge per item for a product that some people may look at it and say, I can get better somewhere else. That's the sad part about business. That's why a lot of people don't do it, which is fine. That's okay. And salute to those who do. If you have it in you, you have the resources, you have the team behind you, you have the people, keep going and keep pushing and keep succeeding. The only issue that hurts people the most is that most of the people fail. You hear a lot of people champion entrepreneurship, and congrats to them because they won. But they're not telling you that between 50 to like 75%, maybe not upwards towards the 90 percentile, most of these entrepreneurs are failures. During their first business, of course. Then they have to go try something different, which is fine. Keep going, keep striving. But keep in mind, just say I become an entrepreneur. That's just nothing but signing paperwork, and boom, you're an entrepreneur when you sell a product or not. So that's out the window. And out of this 22 large cities, there are women out earning men. Now, somebody told me this. Somebody gave me a number as far as how many major cities are in the U.S. Somebody told me 108. So 22 divided by 108 is 20%, 20.3%. Last time I checked. So that's not even 30%. So that's a stupid stat that was not worth bringing up. What do we do here on the BTSI Show, ladies and gentlemen? I need 30%. If you're gonna give me some stats to prove your point, I need at least 30%. Why is it? Why do I need 30%? If you guys have been in sales, you would know whatever leads you get, you need to convert those leads into 30%. If I have uh, what can I say? What was that thing called? Rush Hour Star Maps? Yeah, Star. Let's say someone gave me 10 Star Maps, and I gotta sell it for like $50 a piece, or whatever the case may be. A good day will be if I sell at least 3 Star Maps. That's a good day. How much he said for $45 for the Star Maps? So out of the $450 worth of product I got, I need to sell, what's that, 45, 90. Well, I need to make $135 that day for that to be a good day. $135 out of $450 is a good day. So that's because that's 30%. I need at least 30%. Ebony did not present me 30%. Not even a little bit. So that was a bad argument, a bad take on her part. That is what you say. Life is general. Everybody ain't gonna make it. We need to come together in good faith. Most of us are not in the top 50%. These are rich people's problem. I agree. I 100% agree. Which is furthermore makes what Ebony said egregious. Because she wants to. If you're gonna divide the community, I'm okay with that. But who are you dividing? You're divided based off of classism, which is in this case is not necessary. You want to divide based off people who are for the community and people who are against the community. Yes, let's put a divide there because Ebony will belong on the side that's not for the community. Now, you want to talk about classism, low class, middle class for now, and there's a high class. Everybody has a job to do. Everybody's not going to be in the top 50% because people who are ready to be in the top 50%, they're just the bell hasn't been the bell hasn't rung yet. Like I said, that woman who has a doctorate right there, her bell hasn't rung yet, and that's okay because when it rings, it's gonna ring. So until then, she's just right now she's looking for jobs, doing all that stuff. Until then, she's just a housewife, a great housewife, for that matter. But trust me, her bell's gonna ring, and when it does, we gonna celebrate. Now, let me get to the other thing that she said. Yeah, because she put all that out there to say man can't protect, provide, or lead. Ebony, you wouldn't know what that looks like because you didn't have a father to raise you. So who the hell are you to talk about that? This is where I'm justified to say know your place and stay in your lane. Now, after the whole bus driver conversation, it led to what does mean to be masculine and feminine. Ayala came up with a great point. When it comes to masculine and feminine, man is mind, woman is heart. And that's about as accurate as it can get. Men lead with the minds. They think things out. They find solutions to all the problems of the world. Well, women, they want to feel everything. Not to say it's not necessary in the world, but they want to feel on certain things that it just requires logic. Because if you move based off of feelings, you're going to make the wrong decision. Where logically, if you think things through, you are less likely to make a mistake. I say everything's foolproof, but you're less likely to make the mistakes compared to someone who make based on the feelings. We're on these panels. We're on Clubhouse. We hear these women that want to justify wrong decisions by other women because they don't want them to feel bad. They don't want them to be bullied or whatever the case may be. We are just keep putting this woman on game to let her know that might not be the best option. Let me provide you something else for you to do in the future that has great results. And if that works, come back to me. Let's figure out some other options. We're not total dickheads. And lastly, what is dating? Um, okay, this is what Ayala said to Ebony. She said, "Do you want to date or be a partner?" Oh yeah, because you're talking about the dating market. Like she's full focused on the dating market. Do you want to date or do you want a partner? That's what see. And when you get into this dating market, and of course, partner word, I don't use. That's the only thing I would disagree with. Ayala is using that word partner. In the dating market, everybody date with intention. Everybody has intention when they go in this market. Here's the thing with dating with intentions, everybody does that. Does the person sitting across you has the same intentions as you do? Do you want to date to get married, or do you want to date just for the time being until the next thing comes around? Do you want to date for a long? Pretty much, do you want to date for a long time, or do you want to date for a good time? Which is fine. You just gotta make sure you and that same person have the same vision, which is also what she said. You gotta have the same vision. What is your vision? What do you see yourself in the future? And does that person have the same visions as you? And see, a woman, mouths are out of. Oh yeah, and of course, Ayala said, "Women, your mouths are out of order." That is a fact. Those who are having the most problems in this dating market, your mouths get you in trouble. Like we talk about men talking their way out of pussy, which is true. Women, you could talk yourself out of a ring. If men talk their way out of pussy, women talk their way out of a ring. So let's get to the next one. To the sidebar, liberation. This is a W down. She says she's a professional disruptor and she's unfazed by the nasty comments. Men telling her that they wish her a sad, lonely, bitter existence until her untimely death. Now, here's the thing: the interview with Ayala, I didn't have a problem with Ebony, and I was never going to do a video about it. Had she just left it at that. Matter of fact, had I heard this part about the men coming at her, I would did a video to protect Ebony. I would have, and say, brothers, this ain't what we're gonna do. You ain't about to come at her like this. I would have been on that front line for Ebony. But then she decided to play victim. That's when I had an issue. Now you want to play victim? She said wearing energy to wish on a black woman, dedicated her life to the liberation of black folks. Here's the thing. And I said this before. Women, ladies, you cannot be masculine and start with the big boys and then play victim. Choose one. You're the masculine or you're a victim. You can't be both. You don't understand that? We don't expect you to understand that. Welcome to the world of men, where you need to know your place and you need to stay out of our way. You're either masculine or you're a victim. What's next? I take it that she's kind of manipulating the narrative where she want to say black ownership regarding the bus drivers. If he owned a bus, she would date him. When did the owners get the narrative that's the best husbands? Because you own somebody, chances are you're going to be a good husband. No, that just means you own a business. That's it. Some of the let's go there. Some of the best owners, some of the richest people are not good husbands, are not good fathers. Jeff Bezos is obviously not a good husband. Bill Gates is obviously not a good husband. But you see the success that they were able to bring to the world. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Bill Gates, Microsoft, Intel Other Gamers, Xbox. Thank you, both of you. But obviously they're not good husbands. And you want to make the argument that if they're good parents, technically no, but put that to the side. Let's just focus on the husband part. Just because you own something, that doesn't make you a good husband. Means you're automatically going to be a good husband. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I do own a couple of assets somewhere. I just can't think about it at the top of my head. You buy it, you put it to the side, and you check on it later, months or years later, to see if the value went up. But so put that to the side. Ladies and gentlemen, I work about 70, 80 hours a week. Obviously, not an owner, but yet I am an example of what it means to be a good husband. I am an example of what it means to be a good father. See, if Ebony had a father growing up, she would then realize all the prospects, all the potentials for her to marry was right there, but she didn't have it. So what's the shit that she's talking about? She equates being an owner as a good husband. No, that doesn't mean that. Matter of fact, when it comes to owners, they have to sacrifice the most. And one thing that they're going to sacrifice is their families. Because here's another thing. Here's a check, heart check. When it comes to ownership and all this type of stuff, they their projects, their plans is top priority. Their wives are the side chicks. You didn't know that, did you? If I'm planning to own a business, that's primary, and my wife and my family is second fiddle to that. Yeah, you didn't know that? You do now. So owners doesn't guarantee that you're a good husband. And yes, there are owners who are good husbands and great fathers. Lord knows when I get to that level, I'm still gonna be a good husband and a great father. She's about almost there regarding ownership as well. She's still gonna be a good wife and she's still gonna be a good mother. Same thing goes for women as well. But Ebony K don't know how this looked like at the age of 39, going on 40 in September. So let's keep going on. Attack on men. Average report cards. Average is a form of white supremacy. That made no sense. When you know you're getting your ass whooped or you're getting killed, you want to bring up that you're a black person, a black woman. This is all white supremacy. The average, the mediocrity stuff. This is like show goofy ass up. A bus driver is average. A truck driver is average. All these people, all these essential workers that make the world go round is average. You need to thank those average people, because if that was the case, Ebony, you would not be able to survive out here in the world, because you need those people to make sure you're comfortable. I will always salute the bus drivers. I will always salute the truck drivers. I will always salute the janitors. I will always salute the cookers in the kitchen. These are dirty jobs nobody wants to do, but they decided to do it. And if Ebony was smart, evidently she's not. See, you can have an education, but you can't have common sense, unfortunately, for most people. If Ebony is smart, she'll know that people like those get paid better than most. She didn't know that, and she'll never will. And she's saying, and she also disrespectfully brought up her mother, Gloria. So, would you bring up your mother being a bus driver, Ebony? This was what essentially you told me. You forgot where you came from. Yeah, you did. You forgot where you came from. See, in this double down, has she better elaborate her questions and then come off as a title dickhead? This wouldn't be a problem. You could go and say, this is the reason why I want ownership. You could have then said, you could then brought up your mother Gloria being a bus driver to show homage to her. And you could have then brought up why ownership. Granted, it would still been wrong anyway, but this would have been a better cleanup than what you presented because you was in your feelings. So you did not honor your mother. You disrespect her bringing us in this conversation. Matter of fact, to the glorious of the world, we appreciate for what you did for our community back in the day. We appreciate your contribution that led to where we at now. I'm sorry that you have a daughter that was not able to respect you and the things you did for her. We respect you. Now, let's get to the Breakfast Club interview because I gotta really hurry up and get and knock this out because I gotta get dressed and I gotta leave. Breakfast Club interview. She brought out equally yoked. You guys stop bringing up Bible references to justify your point. When it comes to equally yoked, that means if you're a Christian, you need to marry a Christian. If you're a Baptist, marry a Baptist. If you're a Muslim, marry a Muslim. Stop uh, cross switching these religions and say let's come together. No, my religion is not the same as your religion, and we on two different pages. Our children's going to be screwed up, and the people watching us are going to be screwed up, and that's going to lead to destruction. So when it's going to equally yoked, is we're pertaining to beliefs. So, and she brought up black men are not enrolling in colleges compared to black women. Well, duh, because most men don't want to get in debt, and most men can make more money not going to college. Single black mothers are 20% homeowners. That's perfectly fine. Duh. More women than men. That's fine. No big deal. Black women in metropolitan area make more than men. You brought up 22% over one, and there's 108 major cities in the nation. That's a little bit over 20%. So no, bad example. Next, her response to Ayanna interview was referring to black ownership, and it's like we gotta own something because AIs are taking over. And Charlamagne brought a good point. Ebony, an AI can take over your job. We got AIs making new music. I heard fire is being put out with these AIs making music, by the way. Somebody told me there was a Drake AI doing reggae music. I need to go listen to that. But so there, shot. And oh yeah, salute to DJ Envy. Salute to DJ Envy. You are respected and appreciated, sir. So let's get to this. Sign language. She did a lot of sign language. She said, fine, all bus drivers are saints, all bus drivers are non-cheaters, all bus drivers are not abusive, and they're God-fearing men. That, if that's not fitting me as sign language, she's digging herself into a hole to never get married. Griot. I don't have a problem with Griot clipping that part of the interview and putting it out there because that's marketing. From what I'm being told, Griot doesn't get that a lot of views, so they use that view to get up to push in rotation. Great job out of Griot. Even Ebony thinks so. I don't have a problem with it. Now, she brought up the working class. COVID. Let's go there. She said essential workers. Give credits to them, but black people die 2 to 1 rate, or 2 to 1 rate. I guess with COVID, black people on ventilators more often, over index in the blue collar sector. I was looking at this like this woman cannot shut up. It comes to the point when you back yourself into a corner, it's okay to say I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Because while you bringing up these rates, especially black people over index in the blue collar sector, to the ebony case of the world. Here's something that the men know that for some reason women are having trouble understanding. The white collar men knows they need the blue collar man, and the blue collar men know they need the white collar man. When it comes, see, you can have all these book smarts and do all these paperworks, but you still need somebody to do the dirty work. Or else your business is going to go down. That's where the blue collar man come in. Like, we'll do it. We'll shake hands and let's go get this bag. Because the blue collar knows that they need that white collar man to prepare to open up a lane for the job to be done, so that way everybody can get paid. See, men knows this. Men, white collar men knows this. Blue collar men knows this. Why Ebony doesn't know this? Beyond me. Now she brought up Merriam-Webster's dictionary to define average, mediocre, whatever the case may be. I got a Merriam-Webster word for her. It is right there. Goofy. Matter of fact, goofy is an adjective. Being ridiculous or mildly ludicrous. Now, you don't like the word goofy? Sure. Let's find some other words that describe it. Futile, frivolous, foolish, thoughtless, ditzy with the Z or S, superficial, shallow, nonsensical. I like the word goofy instead. Now, Shami asked, what is your message that you want to get to people? She said, maximizing skill set for Black Americans, ownership, entrepreneurship, and multi-streams of income in reference to liberation. There is nothing wrong with mediocrity. It's not good or bad. Bullshit. It just means you're right in the fence. You're either good or you're bad. That's why you don't call people average. You don't call people mediocre. At least the men know this part. Now, when she said she would rather date a bus driver that owns the bus, that was a cheap, terrible way to promote her book, Bet on Black. Ebony K. Williams, Bet on Black. And I'm not above with giving a planting seeds to open the door for an intellectual conversation letter. I do that all the time. But this was a crash and burn on her part because number one, I don't believe she was thinking that at the time. I refuse to believe that. She said she was. I'm calling her a liar. So now that I believe she's full of it, and she tried to manipulate and change it to say this is what my book's about, to promote ownership, entrepreneurship, multiple streams of income. That's why I said the answer. Then you say that in the first part of that interview. You don't say that weeks later when the backlash is coming. So that's why I think Emily's full of shit. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, being average, being mediocre, it's not good, it's not bad, it's right in the fence. We don't like fence riders. You're either good or you're bad. Choose one. And she said in the final word, she said, look to do more, like HVAC, electrician. I damn near threw this iPad across the room when she said that. Those are blue collar workers. That's someone in the same realms of a bus driver. What the fuck are you talking about? You spent a whole week trying to defend yourself, then you contradict yourself in a few seconds. This is why certain people have a PR team, so shit like this won't happen. She contradicted herself when she said HVAC electrician. I was that pissed off. So I'm gonna say this, then we gotta get to last call. Ebony K. Williams not for the Black community. If she was, she wouldn't do this. Not only is she Miss Andrews, salute to Trigger Mike. He said this being his first impression of Ebony K. Williams, this is old radical feminist talking points, which classify her as a misandrist to Black men. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Ebony K. Williams is a cancer to the Black community. Yes, I said it. I don't care about who she date or the ethnicity of the guy she date. That's her preference. Don't care. But based off of how she feels about her father, how she feels about other men, and what message she's putting out there, she's a cancer to the Black community. And I strongly implore people not to listen to her. I mean that. We are done with Ebony K. Williams. We are done with Ebony K. Williams as a Black community. Now, there's always a redemption story. Yes, there is. There will always be a redemption story. Give her time, give her space. But until then, she's gonna have to. We're done with her. She's gonna have to make that climb on her own back into the good grace of Black men who are leaders and pillars of the community. You're not about to poison these young women and these young girls that we gotta protect. We're done with Ebony K. Williams, and I mean that. Whew, now, y'all think me saying this was a lot? Trust me, you should have been in that Clubhouse room. There's a lot of people who chimed in on it. I wish we kept that replay. I really did. But that was interesting. But let's get to last call, ladies and gentlemen. One more thing, then I have to go because this event really started 40 minutes ago, and I still need to go get dressed. Future plans. I do want to take a moment to apologize to Callie Bev. We were supposed to do the interview today, but with the reason why I am in Dallas, I am a bag chaser with Anton Daniels Patreon. We were supposed to do the interview today. The event actually started 40 minutes ago, and when I found out the date and time, I was like, "Ooh, that's not gonna work." So here's what's gonna happen. Callie Bev one-on-one interview will be. It's entitled "The Unicorn." Actually, did I post the pitch? Did I upload the picture yet? No, I didn't. No, yeah, I definitely didn't do it. Let me see if it's. Let me see if I got a preview right here for you guys. There it is. Bada bing. We'll just wait for it to pull up. This is gonna be the thumbnail. There it is. Yes, I will be doing the Unicorn featuring Callie Bev. I will have a one-on-one sit down with Callie Bev on Sunday, May 21st. The time will be determined, but I see Callie Bev as a very interesting person on YouTube when she's on the panels and those other stuff. From who she is on YouTube to who she really is in real life, I'm looking like, night and day. We need to have a talk. So, Callie Bev and I will be talking in 2 weeks. And also tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be interviewing Content King, aka Big Bad. He's on my Clubhouse team. We in Dallas. He's gonna pull up. We're gonna shoot the shits, and everything's gonna be good. Everything's gonna be fun. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So tomorrow morning is going to be fun. So other than that, people, I appreciate you guys for pulling up. But and also, oh, sorry, one thing to the wrestling fans, my sincerest apologies. I know WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico is going to start in 20 minutes. Because I'm in Dallas, I did not. We won't be able to do a watch party on that. We will definitely do that the next pay-per-view, which is the last Saturday of this month. It's King and no, it's not a champion. They changed the name. So I won't be able to react to Backlash. We'll talk about that during Wrestling Wednesday, the results and the things leading up to it. We will do a watch party of Night of Champions at the last Saturday of the month. So I want to say that for my wrestling fans. My sincerest apologies, but I'm in Dallas, so we got to get things taken care of. So guys, on your way out, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, follow me on all my social media accounts. Feel free to make a donation at the BTSI Show. Participants waive the rights to privacy on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100. Make sure to check on the BTSI Show website. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm in Dallas. I'm here with my wife. We're finally get to meet the bag chasers, people on YouTube, get to meet them in person. So it's gonna be a fun thing. So I'm gonna go get dressed. I promise I'll upload some pictures of my outfit. And now the question is, am I gonna outdress everybody like I did at Lapeef in Houston? We'll see. We will see. I saw some of the outfits I seen there that That's on my IG. I was like, no, 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 no. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my wife and her outfit. Got me thinking I might want to skip this Patreon event and stay home with my wife. Stay in the hotel suite. I'm a dummy, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. I won't come back later on tonight. We're gonna do our usual YouTube stream stuff and just gonna have fun. So we in Dallas. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good Saturday. Peace out.